Greetings, Questers. In this tutorial, we're going to cover the item system. The item system is a very useful tool for both players and game masters. It allows you to record your various items and pieces of equipment that you may need, as well as a tool for the game master to be able to distribute those items to you. Now, from the items menu, you'll simply want to open it up. And I have an item already in here, so you can kind of see it as an example of things we might do, and in this case, the longbow of vigilance. A very useful tool for the game masters to be able to distribute this to each of the players during a session. And the way you do that is, if you come down here, you can actually open up this bar by doing this. This opens up your actions bar. And as the game master, you'll have a little treasure icon. And from there, you can actually pick items, and you can simply click on it and hit either add item to list or double click it, and it will add an item here. And though the picture is white, you can't see the number very well, but there's a number 1 here, ×1, and you can change the quantity to whatever your desired value is, and then just be able to hit the confirm button. And what this will do is this will post inside of the chat a treasure post that will allow players to simply come in and click on the item itself, and then they can actually claim the item. And when they do this, if their character sheet has an inventory component on it, and I'll go over to the inventory component on the D&D character sheets, and it's down at the very bottom, and you'll see this inventory component down below. You can add items manually, or if you actually are claiming it, you simply click on it, you set the quantity that you're actually going to try to claim, and in this case, it's based on the character that is highlighted down here. So in this case, Elfric is highlighted. If I had changed to the Game Master character or to the Giant Rat, you wouldn't really want to do these because it would try to go to a character that doesn't have an inventory. However, since we're picking Elfric, we're going to use this. We will select this and simply hit the claim button. And you'll see it's going to pop up this request system for the game master. The players will see some of this, but they will not see the approve or deny. Only the game master can approve or deny these requests. And they'll come in from top to bottom in order of request. And it's a very useful thing for the game masters. Simply come in and then you can just say approve. And you'll see once the item gets approved, if I go back and reload the character, you'll see I now have the longbow of vigilance that is a part of my character sheet. Now, the second part of this system is that if I come back to the items, being able to add an item by simply clicking the add button just brings up a simple dialogue that lets me choose whatever I want. In this case, maybe I want a backpack. And so I want to pick a type, and the type allows me extra options, and this will get improved with time to allow me to include properties for, let's say, this backpack for, maybe a D20 game, or maybe White Wolf or Fate, or any number of systems. And we plan to expand this as part of the game type editing system. So I'll simply pick D20, and you'll see it opens up a bunch more options for me. And I'll do something like this. I'm going to say adventuring gear and miscellaneous, and the weight is 5 pounds. It'll make the cost to be 2 gold, and we'll simply hit save. And when it saves, it's simply going to go into here under the category that you want. You can use the search similar to the way that you searched other features like characters and the journal, and you can find items that you have if you have a lot of items that are in here. And then I can simply come back to the character, and using the add item dialog, I can simply pick the backpack, and similar to the way I did my choosing with the treasure, I can actually double click it. It'll have that in the list, a backpack with a nice little tooltip, and I can just hit confirm, and now the item has been securely added to my character. To include, you have a little equip icon and a quantity. Now, when you modify these items will actually become custom copies of the original item that is in this item database. And that's so that if I decided to make a change to this longbow of vigilance, I'm going to say I want to make this change because I have some text that's specific to me, it will not change the original item because this is a part of a character. And it allows me to do something like I can hit the equip button and I have a quantity. Maybe there's some special feature that allows me to say it has 2 uses per day or something like that. And I can simply hit save. And you'll see now my Longbow of Vigilance has a counter to allow me to use it twice. But you'll notice that underneath in the tooltip, directly under the title, it says custom. And that allows me to know that I've modified the original version and I have my own copy of this. And I can continue to use this. However, any changes made to the original will no longer apply. So if I were to make changes to the original here, they would not update in my character sheet because I have essentially created my own version of that because I have made changes to it on its own. And the same thing goes if I simply equip the item. It is making a copy of this item because now you're actually owning this item and it lets you continue to make whatever changes that you want. A good useful thing to do from here is I may actually want to be able to create a new item. So I can just create new straight from the add, and I can say something like, I'm going to create an arrow, and I'm just going to give it a D20 type, and the type is ammunition. And then, you know, maybe the weight is, you know, way less than 1 pound, but maybe this is going to be 2 copper pieces or maybe even 1 copper piece. And I'm going to say save. However, I'm going to set this max uses to 1. And so what it is an ammunition component. I can set that and hit save. And what this will let me do is I can actually add this arrow to my list, but then I can actually click on this and change it to say, you know what, maybe I want, you know, 40 arrows, and I'll hit confirm. And what you'll see is it will actually take that uses and it will multiply it by the quantity, and then it gives me a very good ability to record ammunition or anything that has a number of uses per day, that kind of stuff, and it's a great way to use that. And that's pretty much the entire item system. It can be used on any character sheet in Questline that has the inventory component, as well as the Game Master has access to use the treasure, and then both players and Game Masters can create items as they see fit. And they follow under the same patterns that all items do. They actually have a privacy setting. The privacy setting is either private, which only you or the Game Master can see. Protected is any people that have that access, and public is public. And that's it for items. Thanks for stopping by. Keep questing.